Hi, my name is Luca Kawabata, and welcome to our concert, Songs of Childhood. I was born in Japan, but I grew up my entire life in Canada with my Japanese father and my Canadian mother. And so I was surrounded by different cultures the whole time I grew up. In preparation for this concert, and in celebration of Asian Heritage Month, we wanted to share some of our culture with you. Our first selection, Akatombo, is a traditional children's song from Japan, which tells the story of one child's experience growing up. Akatombo means red dragonfly, which in the poetry he sees at a red sunset. Our second selection is Sakura Yokocho, which tells the story of love lost and of remembrance. Sakura means cherry blossom, which is an important symbol in Japanese culture of spring and of rebirth. In the poetry, the singer keeps repeating, "Let's just look at the cherry blossoms." We hope you enjoy.
Thank you, Luca, for those lovely songs, and thank you, Perry, for playing them so beautifully. Hi, everyone. I am Renee Fajardo, and I was born and raised in Manila in the Philippines. I lived there my whole life until about 5 years ago when I moved to the UK to study, and then eventually here to Canada. Most of my family are still in the Philippines, but like many Filipinos, we are a family of the diaspora and we can be found all over the world. Today I have two songs for you from my home country. The first one is in Bicolano, which is not my mother language, but the language of my father's family. This lullaby is titled Si Nanay Si Tatay Di Ko Babayaan, which roughly translates to my mother and my father, I will never leave. And it talks about the devotion to family and the love of a child to their parents. My second song is called Chichirichit, and it is in Tagalog, which is my mother language, and it really doesn't mean anything substantial. It is a children's song, a children's ditty, and it talks about just silly, implausible street scenes in old Manila. I hope you enjoy.
Si nanay, si tatay, di ko babayaan. Malakit na utang sa kuyang utang. Si pagdarasal ning siyang nagulang. Katas na dinudong, di ko maayadan. Ay nanay, ay tatay ko nakuhalin. Hihidan sa gabos mong aki. Makakuha ka man ning makakasangil. Di na makarukan sa ugali. Si nanay, si tatay, si nanay, si tatay, di ko mabayaan. Si nanay, si tatay, ay di ko mabayaan. Di ko mabayaan. Chichirichi, talibangbang, sa laginto, sa lagubang, ang babae sa lansangan, kung gumiri parang tandang, Santo Niño sa pandakan, puto seko sa tindahan, kung ayaw mong magpautang, uubusin ka ng langgam, mamamama, namamangka, pasakayin niya ring bata, pagdating sa Maynila, ipagpalit ng manika, ale-ale, namamayong, pasukunin niya ring sanggol, pagdating sa Malabon, ipagpalit ng bagoong,
Hi, my name is Perry. My Chinese name is Puyan, given to me by my father, and I'm a first generation Canadian. My dad is from Hong Kong and my mum is from Singapore, and they met in London, England, and they moved to the Bahamas, which is where my first sister was born. And then they did a big trek to Prince George in British Columbia, where my second sister was born. And then they finally settled down in Calgary, which is where I'm from, and they still live there currently. Thank you everyone for coming and tuning into our concert. I also want to give a big thanks to Luca and to Renee for introducing me to these beautiful songs and getting the chance to learn this music of a different culture, and sharing that experience with them has been really, really special for this occasion. I wanted to share a poem of a song that my father had grown up with in Hong Kong. We weren't a big childhood song family. I don't know a lot of songs from Hong Kong or Cantonese and Mandarin songs, but poetry was big in our household. And he introduced me to this poem called Thoughts in the Silent Night. And I'm going to read it in English because my Cantonese is very rusty, and I think it would be a little more meaningful for me to say this, recite this in English. Thoughts in the silent night. Before my bed, the moon is shining bright. I think there is frost upon the ground. I raise my head and gaze at the bright moon. I bow my head and reminisce about my hometown. And this is a poem that was later translated into, transcripted into song, and also for children's nursery rhymes. So this is a really interesting piece of poetry that has been shared across many mediums. Thank you again very much for this evening and for enjoying our concert, and I hope this has inspired everyone to explore our cultures and the poetry and the music that tells many stories. Thank you.